Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny. I'm from JennyCardDesigns. Thank you so much for stopping by to spend some time with me here today. My YouTube channel contains content that is intended to share paper crafting tutorials and inspiration with all of you. I hope that you enjoy. In today's video, we have another installment of Chop It Up, a Christmas tag project. So let's get into it. I have yet another new 12 by 12 paper pack. This is called Silent Night. It is a very beautiful, soft and elegant paper pack from Michaels. I just picked this up this season. It's super pretty, and I'm just going to flip through and kind of pick out which design that I want to work with today. And I think I like this pink poinsettia pattern. It's super pretty, and I'm going to make some tags with this. I'm going to pull in my Chop It Up book. This is a book full of templates designed to help guide you through cutting up your paper packs. I'm going to use this template that gives me 18 tags that measure 2 by 4. So at the bottom of this template, it gives me all of the steps and directions, measurements on how to cut my cardstock to create these tags. It's super simple, but the math is all worked out for you. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to start in my trimmer. I'm going to pop in my cardstock and I'm going to start cutting at 2-inch intervals. I'm going to cut at 10 and then 8. This is going to give me 6 strips that measure 2 by 12 inches. And then 6, and then 4, and then 2. I'm going to stack all of those pieces together into one neat little pile, and then I'm going to cut these at 4-inch increments. So my first cut will be at 8 inches, and I'm making sure that everything is nice and tight together. And I'll make my first cut at 8 inches, and then I'll slide all those pieces down, making sure they're lined up, and cut at 4 inches. So this gives me now 18 pieces of paper that measure 2 by 4. And we're going to turn these into simple tags just with a quick little snip of the paper. I'm going to grab 2 of the tags, I'm going to put them on top of each other, and I'm going to line them up to make sure they're nice and even. And I'm going to use my scissors and just cut off one of the corners. And then I'm going to take the 2 pieces and flip them on top of each other. And this creates a little guide on where to cut off that corner. So we get perfect, even symmetrical tags with just a snip of the scissors. It's super simple and super effective. It creates really nice tags. So then we'll use that tag that we have as a guide to cut off the rest. We'll just stack them up together, and we can cut multiples at a time. You can cut 5 or 6 sheets and snip off the corners, and then we get 18 beautiful tags. Super simple. It only took a couple of minutes to do this. Literally, a few cuts and some trims of the corners, and boom, we're done. Okay, so I'm going to stack all of these together, and I'm going to grab a hole punch. I'm using a crocodile for this, and it'll punch through all 18 pieces of paper. So I'll line this up where I want it and give it a squeeze and punch, and all those holes are popped out. Perfect. So here, if you want to use eyelets, you can set eyelets into these little holes. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to line these up in like an assembly line fashion, and I've got an acrylic block and the words to and from one of my stamp sets. I'll link it in the description box down below. And this is actually a May Made It design stamp set. She has a bunch of beautiful tag sets, and I like the font in this one. So I've got these lined up on an acrylic block, and I'm using some pigment ink. I'm using VersaFine Clair ink, and I'm going to ink up my to and from and stamp it on the back, and boom, done. That was super easy, and all of our tags are done. Now the front of my tags need a sentiment. So this is a sentiment sheet that I designed, and you'll find in the description box down below. It's a printable available on my website, and basically I've designed this to fit into a circle punch. The circle punch I'm using is 1.5 inch. So you just line up the Merry Christmas and pop a circle punch around it and pop it out, and you get a perfect sentiment every time. Super pretty and super quick too. You can pump out Christmas cards or tags or whatever super quick. And I have a bunch of designs. You'll see them in the next couple of videos. Today I'm only showing you this one, but I do have other designs for Christmas cards and tags and such with different sentiments and sayings. So those are again available on my website. And so I'm going to take these little circles that I've punched out and I'm going to glue them onto my tags. And I'm kind of changing the position. I'm trying different things, moving them around the cardstock. Sometimes I cut off, the side or the bottom or whatever to make it a little bit different so they're not all identical. I just thought it was fun to have a little bit of variety. So I'm going to do that for all of my tags. And I've got my little peacock press here. And I just use that to hold a little bit of weight while these pieces, sort of adhere to the paper. Okay, so I still have some little Merry Christmas sentiments left. And I'm going to show you a little trick here. For these tags, I'm going to use them as a gift. So I would like to include some twine with these tags. So my idea here is to just punch little notches in the side of a piece of cardstock. And then take my scissors and cut a little hole. I'm going to take some baker's twine and just sort of attach the starting point into that little slot that I've created. And then I'm just going to wrap the baker's twine around the center where those little notches are punched out. And I'll wrap as much baker's twine as I think that we'll need for all of these tags. And then I'll just cut it off from my spool and then attach it into that little slit. And boom, you have a little mini spool of twine. I think this is a great way to add twine into a gift or things that you can sell at craft fairs, and you have everything you need. So I have this clear packaging as well, and I'm going to pop my tags into my clear packaging and then add in my twine, and I will fold this around a couple of times because this is a card sleeve for my handmade cards. It's a little bit too big for this, but it works, and it keeps my tags all together nice and neat. Okay, and finally I have one Merry Christmas left. I'm just going to write on the top of this 24 tags, which is 100% of a lie because I only have 18 tags. But you get the idea, okay? So I'm going to staple this to my bag and boom, you have a wonderful handmade gift. You can use this as a seller for craft fairs or things like that. I'm making these for a retirement home. It's my way of giving back to my community and sharing some handmade kindness. So that is it for today's video. Here is a close-up look at our finished tag project. Thank you so much for spending your time with me here today. I appreciate all of the support. Coming up on screen are a couple of videos I think you may enjoy, including the entire Chop It Up playlist. Have yourself a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!